Well, what's up, guys and gals? Like I said, I can't say the YouTube thing anymore because I put this on Rumble. So, anyways, it's Sunday morning at almost 10 o'clock over here in Cambodia. Uh, Good morning or good evening, wherever you guys are listening from. As you can tell, I got my hair cut. I cut it myself. I'm getting ready to go to USA here real soon, and I got a barber over here. Does a really nice job of my hair. I haven't been there in a little while, but when I go to USA, I just want to get up from wherever I'm at. I got a lot to do, and just dry my hair. I don't want to put no gel and no brush, no nothing. So I cut it pretty short. By the time I get back from the USA, it'll be back grown long. I'm gonna shave off all my stuff, man. Have the clean look. Get ready to go to USA. Like I said, it got to go through immigration, customs, all the rest of that stuff. I want to look like a clean shaven, nice individual. Even though I am, I think pretty nice individual. Anyways, I got to do a whole lot of something. I uploaded a video earlier. I upload them usually the day before, and then I set them for them to come out at what is at 5 o'clock in the morning in Cambodia. So it's a different. That way it comes out maybe at depends on your time zone in the USA, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock. Well, you guys have time to maybe look at something. And I think I looked earlier, and there was like already 24 views, which is pretty good for a long video for me, man. Like I said, you guys are starting to look at more of my long videos, and I got sometimes it's kind of weird on YouTube. I'll have my subscribers, and it shows 17, and the next day it shows 16, and it goes back to 17. Now I got day before I had 20, then yesterday went down to 19, now back up to 20 again. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on there. If I get new people, or YouTube maybe unsubscribe somebody and they resubscribe. I don't know, whatever the situation might be. But if you guys looked at some of those short videos that I have that I put out, I put out a whole bunch of shorts this morning. Some I took from yesterday on my bicycle ride. I usually go for about a 2 or 3 hour bicycle ride through the village, and you guys can see. I made a video of walking through a small little market. It's about 2 or 3 miles from my house, maybe. And it is it's pretty much typical life, how people live over here. Okay, and I watch these travel bros and these influencers, with their their $400 backpacks and their $2,000 phones, and they're flying around the world first class because they got money from mommy and daddy, or maybe people send them money on it, on their life thing, or their GoFundMe, or whatever it is. I don't know. But anyways, but they stay in the city. They stay in the really nice parts of town, and there is some really nice, beautiful parts of town. I will get down there when I come back from the USA, and I'll show you guys some really nice apartments, really nice condos. I'm going to try to get into some really nice corporate offices, show you guys inside. I did show you a picture of the bank that I use, really nice bank. But out here in the suburbs, the villages around here where I live at, I've never seen any of those. I've never run across. I seldom run across another foreigner that I don't know, that I've never seen before. I don't see any of the travel bros or the influencers out here. They don't come out here. I don't know if somebody pays them to come make those travel videos that they make. I don't know. I really don't know how that works, but I try to give you guys the good and the bad and the ugly about living in a third world country. And if you watch my videos, man, you're going to see that. I don't candy coat it. Like I said, I tell you, where I live is very, very nice. We take care of our house. I put a video online, and quite a few people looked at it. But the videos that I put out, the one I put out, I want you guys to look at how they live over here. Okay. And I see these girls all the time. It's usually girls, sometimes guys. I see them sitting in their nice new car with their expensive lattes or whatever they have in their crying because they can't make no money, man, because they got all these bills and they ain't never going to leave. They ain't never going to leave. They're afraid to get away from mommy or daddy or grandma or boyfriend or whoever else they got there. Like I said, if you got a family, you got a bunch of kids, man. I understand it's be pretty hard to move overseas, man. Be pretty expensive. It's costing me for a round trip plane ticket like $2,500. I think somewhere right around there with taxes and everything. So I can imagine if you had a whole bunch of kids and you were just going to fly one way, and you're going to have to come over here and do a lot of things. But for you single people, or are you people that are boomers, whatever you want to call them, and you guys are retired, I don't understand why you want to stay there. I just don't. I mean, you guys can stay wherever you want to stay. It's up to you. But for me, it's just so much cheaper, man, to live over here. But like I said, I see these people sitting in their, like I said, sitting in their cars, or they're putting their makeup on in their house, in their bedroom, and I see TV and nice stuff. You guys look at those videos, man, that I make. You look at them, and you see how they live. Okay, they will live in anything. They will live in shacks that you can't even imagine. It doesn't even look like anybody lives there. I got a student, or had a student. I don't teach anymore. I had a student that lives right near the railroad tracks over here in the village, and I mean right next to the railroad tracks. It couldn't have been, but I don't know, 50, 60 feet where their little shack is, and the girl was 12, maybe 13 years old, and could only just speak some words in English like balloon and ball and boy and just airplane. She can say words, but you can't have any conversation with her. And I don't want to stop and take a video or picture of their house. Maybe I will one day, but there's usually people outside. They got chickens, and I don't see any cement at all where they're living at. Pretty much walking around in the dirt. I don't know what kind of bathroom facilities they have. I don't even know if they have electricity, to be honest with you. It is just absolute poverty. And this girl, she's a nice girl, but she'd come to school every day and play in class. And I would try to talk to her the best way I could, try to explain to her that, I never told her that I saw where she lived, and she, probably needs to study, but I never said anything like that, because number one, she wouldn't understand, and I could get somebody else to translate it for her, but it wouldn't have been appropriate. But her mindset is to come to school and to play every day. Okay? And when I say play every day, she'd get up and go to the bathroom, and she'd have to hit a student in the head or knock over somebody's bottle on a table, or when she would leave the classroom to go to the bathroom, she'd turn the light off. It's just for a 12 or 13-year-old girl, man, doing that. It like I said, maybe they do that in the USA too. I don't know. I didn't teach in the USA, so I don't have a lot of experience here. But it's kind of the mindset here. Okay, everybody here wants to play. The adults want to drink. I think Cambodia is the #1 country for alcoholism in Southeast Asia. Everybody over here just drinks all the time, and they let their children just run around outside with no shoes. You can look at a video yesterday. Had a couple boys. They saw a foreigner taking a video of them, and they ran. They were scared. Most of the villages I go to, they've probably never seen a foreigner, don't speak any English, and probably had never any kind of interaction at all with a foreigner. So like I said, they running around in rubbish and just with no shoes on. Like I said, a lot of people here walk around barefoot. I don't do that. I do it at my house, but I just don't. I don't walk around barefoot. Even on the beaches, I got like those water socks or whatever. There's just too many ways you can get a step on something, just any kind of thing, and then now you got a problem. So, anyways, I'm getting ready. Go downstairs, go eat something here real soon, and we're going to go to a Makro market. And I'm gonna get a couple. For some reason, they don't want people taking pictures in Makro Market, and the reason is because Makro Market, which is like their Costco, is owned by a company out of Thailand, and Cambodia and Thailand have been at like not a war, but just they can't stand each other. Okay, the hatred is so far ingrained in their bodies, in their brains. It's like the Muslims with the Sunni and the Shias. They hate each other so much it's just passed on from generation to generation. At one time, all this land that you see, Thailand, Vietnam, was owned by the Cambodia and the Khmer Empire, and then eventually it was conquered by Siam, which is now Thailand. So it just goes back centuries, and there's no way to change it. But anyways, we have to be careful. We go to Makro market. We don't want people to know we're going over there to go spend our money because the company's owned by people in Thailand. But we still go there and shop. I don't care. My wife's kind of scared that people are going to hear we're going there to go shopping. But it's my money. I'll spend it how I want, man. If I want to take it and roll it up and smoke it, that's what I'm going to do with it. I don't stick my nose in other people's business. There's a lot of things they do over here I don't particularly much care for. Okay. Like I've said in other videos, man, the men over here are just absolutely lazy. The ladies are absolutely beautiful and they're hard workers, but the men here, my God, I've never seen as many lazy people in my life. Well, I have, but I've watched them on the videos on Carnival Cruises. I'll leave it at that. So, anyways, one of the things that I have to get in the USA is I got to get a new cell phone. And obviously they sell cell phone. My battery, my phone's just kind of, it's starting to go out of me. I've had it about 5 years. But over here, they got so many knockoffs, man. They got, you buy a phone over here, they got brands over here that you've never even heard of. They got Oppo, and they got Honor phone, and they also sell Samsung and iPhones and stuff. But I won't buy I will not buy an Apple product. I don't care for the people that have the place. I've never owned an Apple product, and I probably never will. But when you buy a phone over here, you don't know if it's a knockoff, man. My wife, she's got all kind of like Coach and Gucci bags and LV this and all that stuff, man. And they're all knockoffs. They're all fake. You just run across so many fake stuff over here. And a lot of the phones that they sell, it will look like a Samsung phone because it's made in China. It's made a duplicate of a Samsung phone or an iPhone. And you look at it, the box is going to say, it's going to look, I mean, everything is going to look identical to the Samsung or an iPhone, but it's not real. Okay. And then when you have problems with it, you got to take it somewhere, try to get it repaired, or any kind of issues, it has glitches, whatever. You're going to find out it's not real. So I know they try not to let a lot of those counterfeit items into the United States, but I use a certain brand of phone, and they don't even sell them they sell them in the United States, but you got to order it online on Amazon, and this company is not paying me a penny to use. I use what they call a Dodgee phone. Okay, you can see the brand right here. It's called Dodgee. Okay. And you can see how thick it is. You see that? That's a pretty thick phone. And the reason I use this phone is, number one, it's waterproof. Okay? You can drop it in water. It's not going to hurt at all. The screen, I've dropped this phone so many times, but I dropped it one day and it hit something and it did crack the screen. You can see I got tape holding it together, and the battery in the back, if you look, it kind of swollen up. Anyways, my phone's starting to go out, and I like this brand of phone. I think I paid like $265 for this brand. They sell them on Amazon. They're not paying me nothing. I'm not making this an advertisement. I'm just telling you guys the phone that I use, and I can't buy that phone over here, and nobody sells it. So when I get to the USA, I got to order one on Amazon. I already looked to see the model I'm going to get. It's like $285. Order it on Amazon, 3 or 4 day delivery, whatever it is. Probably, maybe more now, I don't know. But like I said, I need a new phone because this one over here, it gets down to about 30%, man, and it shuts off because it needs to be recharged. And I've had it for 5 years, and I tell you what, it's a really good phone. It's kind of a weird name for a brand, but not a lot of people. I've never seen anybody else in the USA have them. So, but the battery is a 10 A something. Anyways, the battery, when this phone was new, I could use this phone for 2 days. Just use it all the time, and it would still have a 20-30% charge. Now that's not the case. Like I said, it's 5 years old, so it's time to get a new one. So that's one of the things I got to do in the USA, man. I got to order me a new phone. Anyways, I'm gonna kind of wrap this video up. Like I said, you guys can wait until it is almost too late. I see all the time these videos, people living in their cars and just doing all kind of stuff, man. They just crying. They live in, 6, 7, 8 people to a house and all the rest of that. Got college degrees, nice and shiny college degrees. Get out and now they're working at some place for. I listened to one lady. She said she graduated with I believe it was a master's in business, and she couldn't find work. She had to take work as a manager for a tanning salon. I didn't even know they still had tanning salons. I don't know who's going to go into a tanning salon with the with the cancer thing and all this. I don't know if that's real or not. But anyways, she had to take a work as a manager for a tanning salon for like $15, $16 an hour, man. Got a master's degree in business. So she can make a lot more than that over here with that master's degree. Okay. Like I've said, many videos, man. You guys come over here, especially if you got some, if you got any kind of smarts with you. It's going to be pretty easy for you to find a job in one of these corporations over here. I mean, everybody in corporations probably speaks English, or at least most of them will. I know I've had many, I put my CV out there, and I've had several companies over here from Cambodia reply to me, wanting me to come in for an interview, and I just tell them thank you very much, but I'm not interested in going to work for no company. I'm 67, and I'm doing my YouTube thing. Like I said, I'm building my brand, Live Rich Cambodia. For when people have to flee the United States, I will have a website set up. That's down the line. I'm just trying to build my brand right now and have some fun on YouTube and Rumble. But I don't want to go to no office every day with the shirt to tie and all that stuff, man, and driving the traffic. I live out in the suburbs, and it would probably take me a good hour and a half to drive into the city. There's a lot of traffic. They don't have they only have like one freeway over here. I guess you can call it a freeway, and it goes from the capital down to the sea, and it's a toll road. It's not that much, but that's about the only freeway they have. Everything else is pretty much like surface streets and highways, and you might find carts on the road, and just it's the traffic over here. I'll take a video one day of the traffic and show you guys, man. It's pretty crazy, and I don't want to sit in that traffic every day. So, like I said, if they're willing to hire a 67-year-old man, I would imagine that they would probably be more than willing to hire a 20-something-year-old recently college graduate, whether it's in education or finance or HR, any of those kind of things. Like I said, I'm going to investigate more about the medical thing, whether or not you nurses could come over and possibly, probably some of the nurses I've met in my life could probably come over and be a better doctor than a lot of the doctors they have over here. But I don't know how that right there works. I got time. I'll look it up. Like I said, when I go to the USA, man, I will have some downtime because in between things. So, anyways, you guys have a good one, and I'm going to go to Makro Market, which is a company that's owned by Thailand. I know Cambodia, man, they don't like that shit. So, but it's Costco, man. It's same as Costco. You can buy bulk and everything. And I appreciate you guys watching my video, whether or not it's on YouTube or Rumble or anything, man. And if you guys can, I know, if you guys can, use one of those fingers, man. You can even use a pen if you want. I don't care. Just hit that subscribe button, man, or leave a comment. Just leave a comment about anything, man. Anything you see, anything you don't like, just leave a comment, man. I enjoy the comments, man. I enjoy the conversation. I'm on X too, but the conversations I get on X, man, are just, I mean, it's just ladies wanting to take off their clothes for money. A lot of them are try to sell me some cryptocurrency scam, man, I just shut that stuff down. I don't need none of that. So anyways, man, you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys later, man. Be out there. Be cool.